Hi everyone, this is Sienna from Divine Black Feminine and welcome to my channel. Happy Mabon everybody. Mabon is the autumn equinox and Mabon is the Celtic holiday that basically represents that and celebrates that, okay? So I'm wishing everybody a happy autumn equinox or Mabon, and this is where we can really start to slow down and transition into the fall and winter times, okay? So right now is a good time to take stock of everything that we've done this year so far, especially things that have happened in the spring and in the summer. Okay, this is the time where we need to harvest things that we've been growing, okay? So, if you guys have been growing herbs all spring and summer, like I have, this is the time where we really want to pick everything and, prepare it for the winter because, in the winter, nothing is going to grow. Okay. This is when the leaves start falling off of the trees. Okay. So yeah, we're starting to enter into that cycle of the year where, we're starting to prep for death and then rebirth after that. Okay. Because winter is a time where, it kind of represents a death cycle of the earth, okay? Because nothing is growing. Everything is kind of on pause when it comes to nature. Everything is in a state of stillness, okay? So that's where we're kind of moving towards right now as we enter the autumn equinox, okay? So a good crystal to help you guys transition into the darker seasons is definitely snowflake obsidian, okay? So snowflake obsidian is a great crystal to work with because I feel like it's less harsh than regular obsidian. Regular obsidian to me definitely tends to have that more like, I'm going to like plunge you into the underworld type of energy, where it really, I feel like throws us into the dark very quickly and forces us to, really confront our shadows in a more visceral way. Okay, but snowflake obsidian has an energy that's less intense than that because we can see, that it does have, some white dots here, okay, some gray dots, okay? So that can help you see the light in the dark, okay? Because as we transition into the darker seasons of autumn and winter, we might be feeling more melancholy, okay? We might be feeling the need to slow down, and that could, make us feel like we're out of alignment in some way, okay? Because spring and summer are very vibrant seasons, okay? There's seasons with a very go, go, go energy where we're out and about and we're socializing and we have a bunch of energy to do things, but when we get to the fall and winter, we really don't have as much energy like we did in the spring and summer. So I feel like snowflake obsidian is a good crystal to work with if you're prone to seasonal depression, if you, are having trouble with, the days getting shorter and the nights getting longer. Working with snowflake obsidian can really help you see the light within the dark, that this is really a good time for us to start slowing down and reflecting on all that we've built and grown this year, okay? It's really time to recuperate. It's time to prepare for the death cycle that comes before rebirth, okay, in the spring. So yeah, you guys should definitely work with snowflake obsidian for Mabon and for autumn in general. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull some tarot cards on what we need to know for Mabon. Okay, a card just jumped out. So we have the Magician here. So I'm just going to keep that on the side because, yeah, that just felt like it really wanted to come out. Okay, so I'm going to start a tarot reading about what you guys need to know for Mabon. Mabon is on Saturday, Saturday, September 23rd. And I believe this autumn equinox period, this energy lasts for a few days. I feel like 4 days or so. So yeah, you can really celebrate Mabon throughout, this weekend and even next week, okay? So it would be good to do a releasing ritual, okay? Because, this is really the time where, like I said, we need to slow down. We need to reflect on things that we need to release. We need to reflect on things that have come up during the retrogrades. I'm feeling that energy because, yeah, it's really time to start getting rid of the old so that when spring comes, we can feel very renewed, okay? So that we can really get rid of all of the baggage that we've created this year because, every year we always create some type of baggage. We always create things that we need to release when it comes to more, negative energies or, lower vibe energies. So it's really good to reflect on that so that you can start, thinking about what you need to release so that, like I said, you can be reborn into a more renewed energy after the winter time. Okay, so let's see what we need to do here. Sorry, there was just maybe that was a mosquito. I don't know why mosquitoes are still out now. Because literally it's like almost the end of September. Okay, so we have the Chariot. Interesting. Okay, this definitely goes with the Magician too, which popped out earlier, because I'm seeing that you guys are going to be really connected with spirit, okay, over Mabon. And that makes sense because, during these periods where we have the Celtic holidays, where we have these transitions into new seasons, the veil is definitely thin, okay? So yeah, Mabon is the Celtic holiday that comes before Samhain, which is Halloween. And we all know that on Samhain, on Halloween, the veil is especially thin, okay? This is when we commune with our ancestors, our spirit guides, okay? Anything, the Fae even, okay? So any spiritual beings that you commune with, on Samhain, on Halloween, your connection with them is going to be very, very heightened, okay? So with the Chariot card, I'm seeing that you guys are going to be feeling very connected to your spirit guides between Mabon and Samhain, okay? And that's very important because, like I said, fall and winter is really a time where we're supposed to slow down, where we're supposed to release the old, okay? Where we're supposed to reflect on the idea of death, okay? What do we want to die in our lives, okay? And that's not a bad thing because, we always have to cleanse and transmute things from our lives in order to be reborn into new cycles, all right? So yeah, it's really important to be connected to spirit during this time because spirit is going to give you guys the insights that you need to really, I'm hearing, perform the rituals that you need to perform or reflect on what you need to reflect to release the old, okay? So I sense that you guys' magic is definitely going to be heightened during Mabon. I'm really drawn to the wand here. So yeah, if you guys work with crystal wands or, wands made from wood, this is really a time to use that energy, use those tools to direct energy. Okay. I'm also getting the vibe that, yeah, it's really time to tap into elemental magic too. So if you guys do a ritual, I sense that it's really important to incorporate all of the elements in it. We can see on the Magician card that we have water, which is represented by the cup, earth, which is represented by the pentacle, air, which is represented by the sword, and then fire, which is represented by the wand here, okay? And the Magician knows how to use all of those elements, okay, to put out his or her energy or their energy into the universe to affect change, okay? So spells are really going to be heightened during this time. I am getting manifestation energy here, but I feel like because it is going to be fall, like I said, it's really time to think about banishing rituals more, or releasing rituals, or cleansing rituals, okay? We can manifest things right now, but I feel like the things that we will be able to manifest are things that have been kind of building up throughout the year. So again, it's really good to reflect on the things that you have been building slowly since January, okay, since Capricorn season, okay, because Capricorn season is a season in astrology where we're really prone to goal setting, okay? Capricorn season is where we come up with New Year's resolutions, okay? So I'm getting the vibe that you need to reflect on the New Year's resolutions that you made last year. Sorry, not last, well, yeah, actually, yeah, for 2023. So maybe you guys made the resolutions in 2022, but it's a really good time to reflect on those, because I'm seeing that if you do want to manifest things, it's the things that will be likely to manifest are things that you have already been kind of setting intention for early on in the year, okay? Because, yeah, like, it's a harvest period right now. Fall, autumn is all about harvesting, okay? Harvesting, the things that we've been growing and building throughout the year, because in winter, nothing is going to grow. You can't really build things as easy anymore, okay? So because of that, we really want to take stock of what we've been trying to build throughout this year. And I feel like if you do want to manifest, you can, do one kind of last ritual around that on Mabon to really pack the punch you need to the universe to call in what you want still related to that, okay? So yeah, I feel like it's definitely good to reflect on those intentions that you set during the new year in 2023. Okay, 2 other cards fell out. Okay. Spirit is really speaking. Like, I feel like the veil is literally already thin. All right, so let's see what we have here. Okay, so we do have the 5 of Wands, and the first thing I heard was conflicting energies, okay? And I feel like this is related to spellcraft and ritual, okay? So if you are a witch, if you're a person who works with spiritual energy and casts spells, know that the veil is thin right now during Mabon, so you may have to do some extra protection work or extra cleansing work so that you don't invite trickster energy or more negative energy into your space that you don't want to have right now, okay? I personally have been doing a lot of research on the Fae lately because I've been having dreams about them, and yeah, like, I've just been reading, about protection related to them and stuff like that. And I'm just getting the vibe that you guys need to do the same. Prioritize protection at this time, and, protection, the protection that you guys do doesn't have to just be related to spirits, okay? Because I'm seeing that you could be really picking up other people's energies at this time, because like I said, the veil feels thin, okay? So because of that, I feel like we're all going to feel a little bit more sensitive, because yeah, we are changing seasons, days are getting shorter, nights are getting darker, okay? So everybody is probably going to be affected by that in some way, okay? So yeah, I am getting the vibes of, maybe people having some struggles transitioning to that more darker energy, that's going to come onto the earth at this time because we are going into fall. So, people might be feeling a little more frustrated. They might be feeling a little bit more depressed. Okay, so yeah, because of that, it's good to remember to take time to yourself. If you're feeling too overwhelmed, too sensitive to other people's energies, so that you're not feeling so drained, okay? Because yeah, I feel like everybody is going to be picking up a lot of energy during the next week or so. So just be careful about that. Okay, and then we also have the 2 of Cups reversed. Interesting. This card came out in my Jupiter retrograde reading that I just did, And I'm getting the sense that a lot of you guys could be feeling disconnected from partners. Okay, this could be related to romantic partners, business partners, maybe someone you're really close to in your family, a friend even, like a really good friend. You might be feeling some disconnection to them at this time. Because, yeah, I do sense that some of you are closing out a cycle as it relates to relationships, and that makes sense because we had Venus retrograde last month. So yeah, if you guys are closing out a cycle related to a relationship, it's really a good time to reflect on that over the next week, to grieve if you have to. Yeah, I'm really just seeing the image of you guys pouring out cups, like both, like someone crying. Yeah, just like two people in a partnership crying, okay? Just pouring out their emotions. You could even be doing this to each other. Like you could be having a deep emotional conversation that you feel like you were supposed to have for a while. So yeah, I'm getting the vibe that, yeah, people will be feeling disconnected from partners, and people will also be feeling that they've had to tell their partners something for a long time related to their emotions that they may have built up, okay? So we really want to take stock of how our relationships have been developing this year, because like I said, I feel like it's a good time to reflect on things that kind of started in early January or even February, okay? Because I sense that you guys are kind of, I'm hearing hitting a wall here when it comes to your relationships. Because there's something that you guys need to release, okay? I'm also very drawn to the blue on this woman's dress here, and blue is a color that is very much connected to spirit. It's connected to angels. It's connected to the divine, like, Jesus and Mother Mary. They always were blue, okay? So yeah, no matter what happens in your relationships, remember to stay connected to the divine. Remember to stay connected to your intuition, okay? That's very important because it's going to help you get through any emotions that are coming up around relationships, okay? So I'm not getting the vibe that everybody who's watching this is going to break up with a partner or anything, but it is a good time to assess how far your relationships have come right now, okay? Because, yeah, there's a need to reflect on them in order to, again, take stock of all that you've been through this year. All right, so I feel like that was the message from the tarot today. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull some oracle cards to get some final messages from Spirit. And then we'll wrap up the reading there, okay? So the first deck I'm going to pull from is the Legendary Ladies Oracle deck, okay, which has goddesses in it. So let's get a message from the goddess or Mother Earth, because, yeah, I'm really getting some Mother Earth vibes just recently. Okay, so let's see what we need to know. What does Mother Earth or the goddess want us to know today? All right, so we have Athena, wisdom. Wow, all right. So Athena is the goddess of wisdom in the Greek pantheon, and she's also a warrior goddess, okay? She's very intelligent, very strategic. In the tarot, she is associated with the Queen of Swords, and she's also associated with the owl. Okay, so she does have keen eyesight, and the vibe I'm getting here is the seer. Okay, it's a good time for divination right now, especially when it relates to your love life. Okay, if you do divination, I would ask questions about what you need to know about love. Okay, because of that Two of Cups came out. Okay, what do you need to reflect on in terms of love this year? Okay, and you need to do that because Athena is looking towards the future here, okay? She's looking towards the future, not the past. So we want to be able to reflect on our love lives right now because we want to be able to manifest, the best possible love situations for the future. We want to think logically about them. We want to think strategically about them, okay? We want to, be intelligent in terms of where our love life is going, okay? So yeah, I'm hearing keen eyesight again. Like, if you do divination about this, you guys will be able to see because, like I said, the veil is thin right now. And if you guys do work with Athena, this is a sign to call her in this Mabon season, okay? Because I sense that she can really help you with your divination if you call her in. The owl too is a great sign too to remind us that we are moving into darker days, okay? Because owls are nocturnal animals, okay? So we need to be able, I'm hearing we need to be able to see in the dark, okay? Because we're going to be feeling, we're going to be feeling that autumn energy. We're going to be feeling that winter energy, and it's going to be feeling more depressive, more underworldy, more melancholy even, okay? So things related to love are probably going to come up about that, okay? About, I'm just getting more like depressive energy related to love. This doesn't have to be current. It could just be, it could be related to something that you went through in the past that was very depressive in terms of love or very melancholy, okay, that you're really being called to reflect on now that we're going into darker days, okay? Because this time of year is when the goddess takes her descent into the underworld again, okay? So because of that, it's really time to reflect on how you can put those depressive and melancholy times behind related to love so that you can be reborn after the winter into a more positive mindset related to love, okay? We want to be able to see that we have a bright future in love that doesn't, that has no relation to what we went through in the past, okay? So that's the message that I'm getting from Athena here. All right, so let's now pull a card from the Moonology deck to see what message we need to get from this, okay? So, okay, I was feeling this one. Ooh, okay, hold your vision. Amazing. All right, so when it comes to love, okay, because I'm just getting the vibe that this reading has a strong love life component. When it comes to love, you're being called to hold your vision for a positive love life, okay? I'm seeing that you guys are halfway there, okay? So, and it's interesting because I do feel like 6 months from now is basically Aries season, and that's when the zodiac restarts, okay? So yeah, you're being called to really reflect on your love lives right now because I sense that come Aries season, you're going to be able to manifest a much more brighter time in love, a much more action-oriented time where you feel like your love life is bursting with joy and just brimming with light and brimming with positivity. Okay, so it's really time, like I said, to reflect on your love life and hold your vision for a positive love life, a hopeful love life in the future, so that you can actually manifest that, okay? So I'm really getting the vibe that, yeah, it's really time to take stock of things that have happened in the past in love, things that have happened during Venus retrograde, things that have happened currently in love, so that you can put that baggage aside and release it. All right, awesome message. Okay, and let's pull a card from the Fairy Forest Oracle. Let's see what the Fae want to say to us. Okay, King of the Darkwood Elves. Okay, so this card, when I see it, it always gives me vibes of Hades, the god of the underworld. And if you guys didn't know, the myth that, the goddess myth that is very prevalent during the autumn and the winter is the myth of Persephone going into the underworld, okay? So in the autumn, in Greek mythology, Persephone was taken to the underworld by Hades, okay? Because Hades wanted to marry her. Okay, so she went to the underworld. She didn't really want to go there, but then at the end of the day, she ended up falling in love with Hades. It's the classic Beauty and the Beast story. And then she ended up eating pomegranates so that she could stay there, because the pomegranate was a fruit that grew in the underworld that would bind somebody to the underworld if they ate it. So because of that, Persephone had to be tied to the underworld for part of the year. So she would be in the underworld in fall and winter, and then she would come up from the underworld to be with her mother Demeter in the spring and the summer. Okay, so now what we are kind of embodying, okay, in our society, in our collective right now, is Persephone's descent into the underworld, especially if you are a more feminine based being, if you identify with the divine feminine, or if you identify as female. I feel like you're going to feel that descent more. You're going to feel that pull to go inward, to reflect, to slow down, to feel more intuitive, okay? And that's because you're being called to receive messages from spirit, especially that divine masculine energy that is related to Hades, okay? That dark divine masculine, okay? So yeah, if you guys are in relationships with somebody who is more masculine, they don't have to be a man. They could just have masculine energy or identify as male. But if you've been involved with someone like that lately, related to love, it's really time to assess, like, I'm hearing what's gone wrong with them, but I don't want that to be I don't think that's the only message. Like, yeah, for some of you, you're supposed to assess what went wrong with them and why. But also I'm hearing taboo. Some of you are also supposed to assess what you want from the masculine more. Okay? What more you want from the masculine, okay? Related to stuff that feels more taboo, that feels more sexual, that feels more dark. Okay, some of you are being called to assess that, because I sense that some of you have had some desires recently throughout this year that you feel ashamed of, that you feel like are too dark or too sexual, that you can't really embrace. And you're really being called to take stock of that right now, because like I said, come Aries season, I feel like you're supposed to be more out and proud about your beliefs related to love, and to embrace that darker side of you that feels like it's oppressed by society or not accepted, okay? Because I'm getting the vibe that you guys want to maybe be more sexual, you want to embrace a more darker sexuality, but you feel like you can't, okay? So it's really time to do some reflection on that. And also, yeah, for those who feel like they're going through some issues in love, a breakup even, it's time to assess what went wrong with your more masculine partner, okay? If you are a person who is more masculine, then I would assess, maybe how you feel like your masculine energy has gotten too out of control in a relationship. Like, and when I say masculine energy, it's that more active energy that wants to take action with things or control things too much and just, have its way, micromanage people, okay? So if you're that type of person, you need to reflect on how you can try to improve that for the future, okay? How you can maybe stop needing so much control in a relationship. All right, that was a very deep message from the Fae. All right, so this is definitely a long reading, but yeah, we have one more card left, and then we will end the reading there. So I'm going to pull from the Seasons of the Witch Mabon Oracle, because it is Mabon. So I thought I would use this deck today as well. Ooh, okay, breath work. Interesting, because I did some breath work actually last night with my womb, because I took a womb healing course this year. So I learned a lot of stuff related to how you can use the womb to release things. So yeah, this is definitely a great time to do breath work, a great time to do womb work, okay? A great time even to do crystal work, because yeah, during that womb meditation, I laid crystals on my body center so that I could really release some energy. So it's a really good time to use any form of magical practice, any magical tools that you use to release things, especially related to love, because I sense that a lot of you guys need to release some heavy energy related to your love lives, okay? Or just relationships in general. They don't have to be romantic. They could be related to family, friends, or even your job, okay? So it's really time to do some breath work in order to release that. And I'm also seeing that it would be good for you guys to connect to the moon. If you are like a cosmic witch or somebody that works with the planets, it would be good to connect to planetary bodies right now so that you can take that energy in and use it to cleanse yourselves, I'm seeing, okay? The moonlight is really good for cleansing. So it would be good for you guys to moon bathe right now, to do a ritual with the moon so that you guys can feel more rejuvenated throughout Mabon. Okay. And yeah, this woman here, she looks very rejuvenated. She looks very witchy and free. Okay. So yeah, it's time to tap into that. It's time to tap into that more wild, dark energy, that dark sexual energy. I'm really getting that vibe here. Okay. Where you're just embracing all of your taboo desires and not really caring what people think. Okay. So yeah, definitely do some work on that for sure. All right, so that was the reading. That was definitely loaded, but yeah, it's going to be a really magical time. Cast those spells, do those rituals, okay? If you feel like you need a reading for Mabon or the Autumn Equinox, you can book a reading with me on divineblackfeminine.com. And yeah, I just wish you guys all a happy Mabon, a happy Autumn Equinox, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye, everyone. Thank you.